guys, Jamie here. So today I just wanted to talk about calorie counting and calorie restriction. So there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube and especially on Instagram. I'm seeing it. A lot of people are being paid as coaches and they're recommending calorie restriction and counting and basically saying that, the only way you're gonna be lean and fit and healthy is if you have to burn more than you consume. And this is just such a outdated bullshit idea. It's very outdated, and it's just messaging that was put out, for years and years, just to kind of confuse people about what to eat. And I know how that whole graph, or not graph, but the thing that's put out by the health organization that tells you the food pyramid or whatever, that tells you, that you have to eat a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you have to get dairy, and you have to get eggs, you got to get grains, all this, it's all just a bunch of bullshit, that really gets people so obsessed with food and like trying to hit these macros and these, especially the macros. Like, I don't know who determined how many macros of each thing that we needed, and how we have to get it from different foods. And all this messaging of like, eat healthy foods, don't eat too much. What's too much? Like, or eat that in moderation. Well, what's moderation? Define moderation. All these terms that are thrown out there, and it's very confusing. And the reason it's confusing is because it's bullshit and it doesn't make sense. And life isn't meant to be this complicated. It's actually meant to be very simple. Okay, we just have to eat what we're designed to eat, and and the rest will take care of itself. Like, you don't see other species out in the world. They have an inner intelligence. They know what to eat. If they're a carnivore, they eat meat, okay? And they'll gorge on an animal, and then they won't eat for days because they got to digest it. Herbivores, they know, their inner intelligence, they know what to eat. They're herbivores. They're eating grass or eating vegetation all day. And they eat all day because the foods that they're eating are much lower in calories. They digest much quicker. And, they're not out there thinking, am I meeting my macros? Am I getting this and that? No, because Mother Nature doesn't, Mother Nature, God, whatever you want to call it, doesn't mess this up. There's an inner intelligence to everything on this planet, us included. And unfortunately, our intelligence has been used against us through conditioning and manipulation and messaging as a way to keep people sick and not thriving and vulnerable. And but back to my original point, when you are eating what God has intended for you, what we run on, which is we're carbohydrate creatures, you don't need to think about calories. You get to eat in abundance, because high carbohydrate foods are naturally low in fat, they're naturally low in protein, because that is the perfect ratio and proportion for a human being. We don't need to think about it. And when you eat what you're intended, you will naturally be lean. You will naturally, as long as you're eating enough, you need to eat enough calories to fuel you in life, to fuel you, to clean your house, to work a job all day, to have relationships. You need calories and you need fuel. But when you're eating the right thing that you're designed for, you get to eat that food abundantly, have energy, mental clarity, good mood, be lean, have a flat stomach, have a good libido, and have good sleep. You don't need to think about calorie counting and calorie restriction and where am I getting all my macros from, and or like weighing food. I'm seeing a lot of people having to weigh food, portion it out. Like, to live that way is just so crazy. And it doesn't have to be this hard, okay? God has made it very, very simple. And whatever you want to call it, Mother Nature there's an inner intelligence to everything. And we have an inner intelligence. We're very intelligent, but our intelligence has been used against us. We have been manipulated, unfortunately, at our own expense to serve the good of others. And yeah, so, you know, you eat a high carb, low fat diet, you will not need to calorie count, you will not need to calorie restrict, you won't need to measure your food, you won't need to portion things out, you won't have to be obsessed about nutrients and I gotta have that for this and this for that. That's all, like, it's just all bullshit, guys. So anyways, I just wanted to come on and give you that message, and just know that when you're eating what is designed for you and intended for you, you won't have to worry about all these things. Life is there's too much in life that we want to experience and enjoy to have to worry about stuff like this. Your life will get so much easier and so much more simplified if you just admit what it is that we are actually designed to eat, and do not succumb to peer pressure, and do not succumb to pleasures. Pleasures will get you sick in this world. Okay, they'll bring you down to a really low level, and we don't want that. Okay, guys. But yeah, so that's my message for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back again for another video. Thanks, guys. Bye.